Hey, what's up, and welcome back to Interpreting the Stars, where today I have a brand new film to talk to you guys about coming out of Vertical Entertainment, and this one is called The Secret of Sinchanee. The Secret of Sinchanee is ultimately about a young man that moves back to his childhood home when his father died. Initially thought to be a crazy old man, his father may have been onto something when things around the house begin to go bump in the night, and it may all be connected to a local Native American tribe called the Sinchanee, who have been said to be connected to paranormal activity. Big thanks to Vertical Entertainment for sending me a screener to check out this film a little bit early. I unfortunately could not get the review out until now, but I appreciate the consideration nonetheless. The Secret of Sinchanee is probably the most compelling in the title. The Sinchanee in question refer to a Native American tribe that, in all actuality, don't exist. But it's the perfect name for a film like this to be centered around mysteries that surround not only this tribe, but the families and the city that you see throughout the film. So I dig the title. I'm also absolutely blown away by the main lead in this film, played by Stephen Graham, who also acted as both the writer and director of the movie. And I've always appreciated it when certain people in the process of making a film don on so many hats of responsibility. I can't even begin to imagine how you would juggle so many things at the same time, especially because he has quite a bit of screen time here. Cinematically, the film looks very nice with a constant focus on cinematography that does a great job luring the audiences in and keeping them locked in there. Graham said that, and I quote, "This is a deeply personal film that tackles incredibly challenging themes of xenophobia, childhood trauma, and mental health issues, testing the confines of the horror thriller genre." And while I absolutely respect the fact that this film tackles those themes, I have to say I had a hard time gauging the depth of those topics when they popped up, mostly because the film sometimes tries very hard to fit in with modern horror films such as the Conjuring universe, which coincidentally it's something they even referred to in the movie. But as far as what they do to try to scare you, there's plenty of shots of ghosts lurking in the background ready to pounce, as well as maybe a full-blown demonic possession later on. And whenever you have these jump scare-esque elements, it removes the opportunity for those deep, meaningful topics. A lot of times what you need more so is a psychological thriller that isn't trying so hard all the time. So unfortunately, this was a film that I really enjoyed when it began. By the time it ended, I just wasn't as captivated. It's definitely a good concept, but it left me wanting more in terms of storytelling. I was left confused more and more as the film progressed because it was starting to fall apart, I want to say, in terms of its flow. I don't want to say that because I feel like it's a passion project that people work really, really hard on, and visually there definitely is nothing wrong with the movie there, but just overall, I think it's a movie that doesn't always work. Let's go ahead and break down my final score from a technical unbiased perspective. I mentioned a few times in my review, but as far as technical things go, the film looks nice. The cinematography, the lighting, the camera framing, and motion all looked pretty professional and impressive at times. The editing as well, as this was a film that acts a bit like a slow burner that little by little reveals things through flashbacks and exposition, all of which usually get pretty heavy on with the editing. And all that usually worked out pretty well in this movie. I just think that the story didn't always work, especially with its flow or pacing. I was with it up to a certain point, and then it started to lose me. So this unbiased score is 66%. Now, when it comes down to how I personally felt about the film, which is what I consider my bias score, I don't know, significantly lower because I didn't love the movie. It started out fine, like I said. I was in for sure, but when it started to dip, that's when I got a bit antsy, and I personally wished it went a different route. My bias score is 42%. When we combine the two scores together, we come to the final rating of 54%, 54 out of 100 possible stars, or a D+ letter grade. Guys, have you seen The Secret of Sinchanee? And if you have, let me know your thoughts on it in the comment section down below. And as for YouTube, you know what to do. Hit that like, subscribe button, and bell to be notified when I come up with my next review. And until then, peace out.
Dave examines movies we just watch for fun. Davey is the expert. He is the #1 critic that I go to when I need